Today we're going to do a little pipe exhaust swap out. The old muffler got, you can see that, brand new SPI exhaust from RVS. This is decent quality. You can take it apart, you can rebuild it. A nice aluminum billet cap on there, stainless steel pipe. So we're gonna stick that sucker in. It's not a real loud pipe. I don't know if you can see in there, it's got a spark arrestor. I didn't want a loud pipe, but we'll see how this one is. It was recommended to me by Sean from XMR. So I've cheated a little bit. I thought this was going to be a real pain in the ass to get out. It's been well, it's been almost a year since it was put on there. Lots of mud riding, lots of water. But I loosened everything off, bolts out, tapped a bit on here and worked it, and it comes off. Pretty easy. The new pipe comes with a nice new stainless steel bracket, some instructions if you need it. Pretty straightforward though. Got a little bit of junk there. There we go. Alright, so I got to take this bolt out and the bracket off. Alright, that's a 10 mil bolt and 10 mil nut. Okay, if I had looked, if I'd been able to see a little bit better, I would have seen that you can't take this bracket off. It's part of the piece here, so that's going to stay on. Okay, I got the old bolt. Probably can't see very good there, but slide the washer in. Okay, these are the old bolt and the old nut. Gonna have to Loctite that. It's not a nylock. And on the bottom here, I have to push that over and get this bolt through. If you can see that, put that in there. That's going to go on in there. So make sure you got this on the bottom facing out from the nut. It'll tighten right in there nicely. A little better view of the top bracket. Bottom bracket. Bolt and nut. And the brand new pipe. So I'm going to crank this all down and we'll start her up and see how she sounds. Okay, according to the instructions, you do the bottom bolt first, then the top bolt, and then this front pipe clamp. And it's a nylock nut on it, so no need for any Loctite. It's also a 7/16, whereas all the other bolts on this machine, because it's Canadian, are metric. So 7/16. Tighten this one up. That one's in. Pipe fits nicely around the shock. Pipe looks really good. top one. Nope, blocking out the light there. According to the instructions, you gotta make sure you put these two big washers, original big washers, back on each side of the rubber grommet. And that's all the original bolt and nut. And then the bottom one here. You can see where the old pipe mounted. Alright, we'll give her a start up, see how she goes, see how she sounds. I remember how to start this thing. That's quite a bit louder than the stock muffler, but it's got a nice rumble to it. Super stoked to be running a nice new pipe. We'll get the tuner hooked up. That's next. It's going to be awesome. Okay, this is the EJK electronic jet kit. Comes with a couple little tie wraps here, a little sticky pad. I think most of the guys have been putting them on right here. Comes with instructions and a little quick reference card. So I got to read this and figure this out. Basically just plug and play and one screw. Alright, the first step, they say to disconnect the negative ground from the battery, which I've done. Second step is to locate your fuel injectors, and if you're like me and you have no friggin' clue what you're looking for, it may be tough. But after looking it up, I kind of figured it out. See that little green mark there? That's fuel injector. And that wire going over the top and the plug right behind it, that's one of the plugs. Then you move to the other cylinder here, and that plug right there, I've already pulled that one off. That's the other plug, and that's the other fuel injector right there. So to get in there, it's really tight fit, but that's one of the plugs. And the other one is kind of a pain to get in there, but if you squeeze the top of the plug together and wiggle the plug and pull it up, that's how they come off. So I'm going to try and get this back one off. It's a tougher one. Not much room. Alright, after a great struggle, you can see that I got that one off, and front one is off. You really got to squeeze them together at the top to. You're actually supposed to, well, if you notice, little tab there. I don't know if you can see that, but you really got to squeeze it. You got to get one finger in, and you got to wiggle it and pull up. Alright, now according to this, the red, yellow, white leads, doesn't really matter, but they recommend that it go to the front, the first cylinder. So I'll plug this in, but I'm going to get some grease, dielectric grease here. Alright, dielectric grease, I like using it. Keeps the plugs dry, free of water, keeps a good connection. I'm going to put a little bit of that in. Any plugs I take apart, I usually do that too. And the new ones too. A little bit in there. Hope you can see my light burnt out, so. But now we gotta try and get these in there. So, like I said, red, white, yellow. I'm gonna put on the front one. And the black, this is gonna go where this plug originally was, but now the black is gonna plug into the factory one. So, as I figure out which way it goes here, clicked in, you can hear it. And now this goes, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna run this first, I guess. More fun struggles. Alright, I've got a new light bulb for my light here. I could see. Got the front one connected in. I gotta connect the back one in. It's kind of difficult to get in there. You gotta see which way these slots are facing on the plug that's in there. And this one's really hard to see. Looks like the slots are at the back. So the plug is going to go with the clip facing the back. And this one should be fun. I have to run this properly too. Okay, click, finally. Wow. Didn't even cut my hands. Now, factory plug goes into this one. Like so. Probably put a tie wrap in there to keep those together. And then this. So this lead here goes to the negative on the battery, which I'm supposed to hook up now. This is going to get, I think it's just going to get wrapped up in here, and the programmer is going to go right up front here like that. Aha! Okay, we got her up there. Well, now I'm just going to run this and tie wrap these in. Alright, just working on running this in. That's where it's going to go. I'll go right in there. Run these down in here. We'll wrap this up in here. So I've put rubbing alcohol on there, and I've stuck that one on and cleaned the back of this. Okay, so they say this thing is water resistant. So a lot of people put them into something, a box or something, but I'm putting it up here, so I'll probably just run a little bead of caulking around where everything joins up to make it a little more waterproof. On the back here, that kind of stuff. And we won't have any worries. Alright, something like that. I haven't tried the plastic on, so might have to be adjusted a little bit, but aside from that, clear of the shifter. It's not bad, I guess. Might be able to coil it up somewhere else, but we'll try that. Negative wire run. That's where it's going to sit. Ground is reattached. You plug the two wires or the 2 factory leads in first, get all those connected, put the ground lead on, connect that. I used, I had to get some tie wraps, used a lot more tie wraps than they give you. They give you 2 tie wraps. I think I used about 10, but it's in. Okay, this says that you start it up, don't just turn the key on, you have to start it. This only works when the engine's running, but it should scroll through the stuff, and then it should stay steady on a green or flashing green. So that tells you that you got it in right. So let's see what happens here. Okay, looks good to me. Slow flashing green. That's what looks like. That's where your injectors are. And your lead going back to negative battery. All I gotta do is silicone that up a bit. And that's the installation of the straight line performance pipe and EJK controller, fuel controller. So we'll see what kind of changes it makes to the machine. Alright, I hope the video was helpful. I couldn't find anything on YouTube that showed this on an Outlander XMR, so here you are. Good luck and thanks for watching, everyone.